race. I thought she'd probably race in the first 3 or 4 and, you know, make it a true staying test. It was probably because she's sort of a grinding staying type and will be a test.
Around in the Oaks.
Here at Eagle Farm we get the size produce. I'm going this way, 12, 11, 2 and 13 well over this distance. Of course, the horse that I think you'll find there'll be a bit of money.
Ghetto Blaster near the inside, the first to go, and Gold Edition began quickly, and Mr. Bachelor's going for speed, and Ring Ring and Involt aren't far away, and when they settle fully into strong, followed then by So Step in Line. Ancient Titles getting back from II Silver. Danleigh third last from Thundering Girl and Dan's Dior. 600 metres left to go. Ring Ring the leader. Gold Edition second inside. Mr. Bachelor. Pure Energies racing fourth from Involt. Upper Echelon next on the fence from Carry to Glory. Walk of Fame followed then by Ghetto Blaster. Ancient Titles a long way back as II Silver, and Danleigh's a long way from them. Ring Ring leads in the straight from Mr. Bachelor. Here's Involt coming at them. Gold Edition looking for the way out. Upper Echelon's on the fence then. Pure Energy, and here's Carry to Glory getting in the clear. So is Ghetto Blaster. Danleigh down the outside. Upper Echelon got the run on the fence, and Gold Edition got through. Gold Edition went to the lead from Upper Echelon. Danleigh's mowing the lot down. Danleigh's flashing down the outside. He's grabbed the lead. Danleigh got up to beat Gold Edition and Upper Echelon. It's a photo for fourth. In at II Silver, Thundering Girl not far away. Close up, Kenley came out very wide on the track and has finished home right over the top of them over the final part to win. A big finish in the size and a big victory coming to Danleigh. Number 3, Danleigh, ridden by Michael Rodders first.
Number 3, Gold Edition and Upper Echelon. Michael will go and get ready now for the
South Pacific Classic. This is at Group 3 level, over 1,400 metres for the 3-year-olds, reigning to win.
Favourite, 770. Boy, oh boy, Danleigh. 3 3/4 of a point short.
He looks good in the yard here too. He's the winner of the Group 2 Queensland Sires Produce Stakes by Mujahid out of the Dr. Grace mare, Graceful Lily. Bob Thompson, the trainer. Kathy O'Hara is riding here from gate number 4, coming off a second in the Ajax.
Well, these two clashed last year, 12 months ago in the Group 1 TJ. Rain just beat it, beats it about 3 kilos better for that day. It was its best run for a while last.
Some late specking there for number 2, Danleigh. So 2:10, as I said, Rain.
Often racing, and Wester Caro broke brilliantly, takes the early lead, runs a length clear of Garona, who's starting to improve now. Escudero going forward with Slow Waltz and also Danleigh. So Escudero's now going to winning, followed by Reigning to Win and Danleigh racing with them. Only about 4 lengths first to last, paces dropping right off as they approach the 600, I should say, and the leader Escudero just in front of Wester Caro on the outside, and Garona back on the rail from Slow Waltz. Reigning to Win just starting to edge around the outside, 3 wide now from Something Anything and Danleigh in the centre. They turn for home, and Escudero is the leader from Wester Caro, and then Garona followed by Something Anything. Voss has still got a good hold on Reigning to Win, hasn't called on it yet, and Danleigh's about a length behind it. Wester Caro and Escudero now being joined by Danleigh and Reigning to Win coming down the outside on Something Anything, but Danleigh has sprinted to the front right down the outside from Reigning to Win, and it's Danleigh getting the break over a length in front, and he'll sprint away for Kathy O'Hara. Beats Reigning to Win, Something Anything third, Wester Caro fourth, and then a couple of lengths to Slow Waltz, Escudero, and Garona's dropped out to be last of all.
He was ridden back today, Danleigh, by Kathy O'Hara, and he came down the outside to win here, the Group 3 South Pacific Classic. Reigning to Win. Look,
first time since the size last year in Queensland, Caroline.
Exactly right. Thanks very much for that, Bruce.
At 4.50 the tote, 2 points longer on track. Murawajid, $12 a spot on. Sonic Quest, $11 a spot on the mark. We go down to number 9, Danleigh. $6.90 a spot on the mark. Friday Creek, $5. You can add a half.
The 4-year-old gelding by the Danzig stallion Mujahid for Bella, and it was a pretty good run first up in the Clissold.
It certainly was, Caroline. I think if he had 1 ounce of luck, he would have got the bickies.
And he does also have a bit of a short sprint, so that inside alley should be able to racing now. And jumping out slowly, Divine Madonna. She's gone straight back to the tail, and Court Command came out running. And it's the leader from Hoystar pressing on from that wide gate. Lampwind's going with it, and so too is Murawajid. Followed by Devil Moon. German Chocolate not all that far away, and Friday Creek is sliding up along the rail. Behind them, Utzon, followed by Sonic Quest. And then came Danleigh. And then further afield on the inside, Moon and Hoystar. German Chocolate midfield from Utzon and Malcolm. Danleigh was next from Sonic Quest. Bobadar giving away a big start. And then came Mr. Ubiquitous, and back last of all, Divine Madonna. It's Court Command just in front of Mutawajid on its inside, and Friday Creek is coming up on the outside. Friday Creek is letting loose to go up and hit the lead now. And then came further afield is German Chocolate and Hoystar. Bobadar's running on. Friday Creek led with 200 metres to go. Mutawajid next, German Chocolate, and Danleigh starting to charge. Danleigh's coming after Friday Creek. Friday Creek stopping. Danleigh nailed him, and Danleigh got up and won it. Beat Friday Creek and Bobadar. And then we've got Mr. Ubiquitous flashing home, followed by German Chocolate, and then came Mutawajid, Hoystar, Court Command.
Welcome back, Darren Beedman from Hong Kong. Getting up here, the Group 3 on Danleigh, the Liverpool City Cup. 9, 10 and 11 the numbers. Friday Creek getting second, and Bobadar, number 11, finishing third. But there he came through on the inside. Looked as if Friday... This is a beautifully presented horse, Danleigh. He's always had this sort of ability. He's had now the 20 starts, 4 wins and 9 minor placings. He's by Mujahid. Get away from Hong Kong. There are the English interims for you, $6.90 and $2.40, $1.80 for Friday Creek and $2.20 for...
And I'm glad to say Carol the shoulder, $6.50, number 2 all silent, $6. Light Fantastic at 12, Swick at 17. 6 is out, Danleigh, $7.50, Master Assassin, 14. Yeah, he certainly is, Carolina, but he's drawn a nice gate here. Damien Oliver sticks with him. He went second in the Galaxy after a year off the scene. He's second up today. He's won twice, second up. He's won at 14. If the
Mum did, she was a wet track champion in Queensland.
Yeah, well, I think he's had one on the soft for a win, so he should...
They're all in, they're off and racing now. Hot Danish began quickly on the outside. Royal Discretion going with it early, and Master Assassin was away nicely. So was the Grey Light Fantastic. He'll settle fourth on the inside from Friday Creek. Light Fantastic getting a beautiful run to go up to third now. Then Friday Creek followed by Illuminates racing to win. Danleigh is midfield on the outside of Mr. Baritone. And then came Marasco, followed further back by All Silent. He's hemmed away in between horses, followed by Swick and Forensics. And last of all is back off at the 500. Royal Discretion by a length now on Hot Danish, and Light Fantastic is waiting for an inside run. Then Mask Assassin, followed by Friday Creek, Illuminates, and racing to win, taken to the outside. It's Royal Discretion in front, led from Hot Danish, given full rein now. Light Fantastic on the inside, and then Master Assassin racing to win. Marasco, All Silent, can't get out. Royal Discretion in front, Light Fantastic and Hot Danish, and now Danleigh's driving through, but Light Fantastic on the rail. Danleigh is flying. Danleigh won it from Light Fantastic, photo third. Royal Discretion. Friday Creek Illuminates and racing to win, taken to the outside. It's Royal Discretion in front, led from Hot Danish, given full rein now. Light Fantastic on the inside, and then Master Assassin racing to win. Marasco, All Silent, can't get out. Royal Discretion in front, Light Fantastic and Hot Danish, and now Danleigh's driving through, but Light Fantastic on the rail. Danleigh is flying. Danleigh won it from Light Fantastic, photo third. Royal Discretion or Hot Danish. And a great deal of luck from racing to win. Marasco and Sweat
in the purple sleeves, and Damien Oliver has ridden Danleigh to success in the Group 1 All Age.
What a wonderful training performance. Second up after 12 months off at Wait for Age. And D. Oliver, he did it last year. He's done it this year. He's made the last close for the minors. But Danleigh's your winner, and D. Oliver gets another one here, another Group 1.
We'll see, Lily. Look, he'd already won the GTC Sires Produce at 2, the Group 2, the Group 3 South Pacific Classic and the Liverpool City Cup last year, and had that great run in the Galaxy. For the finish, he dug in.
Discretion or Hot Danish.
$7 out to 8. Danleigh home in 23.03, fastest last 400 metres of the day. Great sense of timing there by Oliver. A horse front of near the winning post. Oh, look at this punter out the front. Gee, he looks like you. Is that fast motion or slow motion?
That's the saddest thing, Bruce. It's not a slow. Everyone thinks it's a slow-mo camera.
Is equal favourite with 6 Nakoni, $5 about 7 Micmac, and the shortest of the remainder is number 9 Swift Alliance. There's an $8.50 chance in repeating. The Anthony Cummings pair, Dewporth we knew was out. Solo Flyer came out with.
So, we believe that we can drop him back here tonight. He runs here tonight. Hopefully, we go on to the sweeps and possibly.
And the big Group 1 of the evening about to go. What a race it promises to be. They're set, racing, and a beautiful start too. Swift Alliance and Lucky Secret away very quickly, and they're pairing down in front of the 3-year-old. Whiteback second last, and the Coney was a length and a half away last at the 700 metres now. And Secret Flyer moved up, and he's gone about a length in front, staying well off the rail ahead of Swift Alliance, Wanted, and Micmac right behind these. Russetting a length away on the fence, followed by Feel and Ready. A length to Danleigh, another length in the field, then to Turfontaine, Secret Flyer, Apache Cat, and the Coney last, but he's starting his run. Coming around the turn, Lucky Secret leading narrowly from Wanted, Swift Alliance, Micmac, russetting the rail, and further back Feel and Ready. And the Coney starting to wind up. He's 5 off them. It's Wanted going to Lucky Secret around the turn. He takes over the running. Then Micmac, Swift Alliance, and the Coney coming. It's Lucky Secret fighting back. Wanted a half head in front of Lucky Secret. Here's Danleigh. Danleigh's getting out of the pack. He swamps them. Danleigh wins a Manikato. Feel and Ready flashed home. He might get second. Coming around the turn, Lucky Secret leading narrowly from Wanted, Swift Alliance, Micmac, russetting the rail, and further back Feel and Ready. And the Coney starting to wind up. He's 5 off them. It's Wanted going to Lucky Secret around the turn. He takes over the running. Then Micmac, Swift Alliance, and the Coney coming. It's Lucky Secret fighting back. Wanted a half head in front of Lucky Secret. Here's Danleigh. Danleigh's getting out of the pack. He swamps them. Danleigh wins a Manikato. Feel and Ready flashed home. He might get second. Wanted is up there with the Coney, and Apache Cat finished it off. Late. Further back in the field then was Micmac, and then came Turfontaine. Lucky Secret stopped in the straight, followed then by Secret Fly.
Wow, what a race. And
he was bolting that horse, Terry.
Absolutely.
All we needed was that split, and it finally came 200 metres out, and he's got a sizzling finish. And just when the Golden Slipper winner, the winner, Feeling Ready, just got the split and went bang. And that's a tour to Terry, despite being not being in the major prize there. I think they've both run really well. His two champs.
To my eye, Apache Cat still had that room for improvement. I'm not sure.
7, Chris, when straight after the Stradbroke, this was the race you targeted for him. I know Bruce asked you on Friday night. There was a lot of different races to go for, but you were adamant he's a weight for age horse.
Hunt, isn't it? You see a horse Danleigh win at $17 and you go back and analyse and think, geez, on top bit of concrete. Gave Nakoni 4 kilos and second to it in the Galaxy. Yeah. Nakoni's the $4.40 favourite. And it's $17.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we are. There's teams in the yard. Some big names of racing returning to the track here. And probably none bigger than Cessio. This horse, a multiple. He's out to 90 to 1 on course. Danleigh, $8 on in the spring. And the all-age win was second up last autumn.
I think he's out to silly odds now, Danleigh. We're underestimating him because of that run last time. He did a couple of trials this time back.
The Turf Sunline have won the Apollo Stakes.
He goes into the ring. He's a sporting bet market mover from the top.
800 to go. Crossed over and led from Thessio, and then came a daft. Rangi Rangdu is pushing up in the middle, and they've got Rock Kingdom left out 3 wide, and then came Olonro. He's found a nice spot on the back of them in about 6th, and then 2 lengths to Vision and Power, followed by Purple. Danleigh's getting his ears scrubbed off, and then Roman Emperor. Alco pops about 12 off the lead. He's starting a run now, followed by Palacio de Crystal, and No Wine, No Song. A Rangi Rangdu, the favourite, burst onto the scene to race up and hit the lead and shot to the front from McClintock. He wants to hang in a little bit, Rangi Rangdu, but he's got McClintock's measure at the moment. Then came Dar, followed by Rock Kingdom, and Danleigh is starting to scorch down the outside. Rangi Rangdu led with 100 metres to go. Danleigh's got him, I think, on the outside, has he? Danleigh charging up and won the money. Danleigh beat Rangi Rangdu. Palacio de Crystal third. Then came a dance to hang in a little bit, Rangi Rangdu, but he's got McClintock's measure at the moment. Then came Dar, followed by Rock Kingdom, and Danleigh is starting to scorch down the outside. Rangi Rangdu led with 100 metres to go. Danleigh's got him, I think, on the outside, has he? Danleigh charging up and won the money. Danleigh beat Rangi Rangdu. Palacio de Crystal third. Then came a Darth and Vision and Power, followed by Roman Emperor. Then McClintock and Thessio from Rock Kingdom, Alco Pop and Purple Olonro.
He got the chocolates for him. When he got past, more Group 1 racing action coming from Caulfield.
And Power.
Time-honoured race. And
a race, as you said, $4.80 in from 5, Danleigh. Sniper's Bullet, $9.50 to...
And shorter than that on the tote at $4.40 with Sniper's Bullet and also Black Piranha in commission here on track.
They're set, they're off and racing, and Palacio de Crystal jumped okay today. She's back second or third last. Walkie or Dancing and King Mufasa were the best out, with King Mufasa going through to hit the lead. Sniper's Bullet between them in third spot. Then by Tickets and Heart of Dreams. Then came further back behind them next, Walkie or Dancing, Dow in the middle, Vision and Power on the rail. Racing with it El Segundo, followed by Black Piranha. He's racing out a little bit wide, but he's got some cover, followed by Danleigh. He's going to try and thread his way through the field. Mr. Baritone back on the rail from Triple Honour, and Palacio de Crystal last of all, giving the leaders about 8 lengths start. They bunch up on the turn, and King Mufasa out wide is joined by Tickets on its inside, and then Sniper's Bullet. Dow looking for a run, but he's in a bumping duel, and then Heart of Dreams, and Danleigh's made up a lot of ground very quickly down the outside. It's King Mufasa getting the better at Tickets. Danleigh and Dow are starting to thunder down the outside. Danleigh's got a slight advantage here with about 100 metres to go, and Danleigh's got the George Rider. Danleigh went on to win it from Dow, King Mufasa third. Close for fourth, Palacio de Crystal or El Segundo. Then Heart of Dreams, followed by Vision and Power and Mr. Baritone from Triple Honour.
There's Huey Bowman. He's smoking his pipe. She's apples for Huey Bowman, another Group 1 winner for him, 2010. And look, really almost never in doubt, Rich.
3 Group 1s, he'll now be very hard to beat in the Doncaster. Will he run a mile? Well, that was as dominant win as you want to see. Huey got back to time.
Yeah, looks pretty. And wins a Group 1 here on Danleigh.
Through mistakes made last time, where I feel he should have won the Chipping Norton, and that proves it with the dominance of that win. He sucked up, found the right part of the track, and it was just the ideal lead up for a Doncaster. It wasn't didn't hurt him too much, and look, he's right in the race, especially if he gets a slow track. Like, he should be 6 from 6 on slow track. So
ATC Chipping Norton Stakes, the Group 1 over the mile. Wait for age. And at this stage, good money for Melito, the favourite, Rich.
Certainly is. $11 into $8.50. Thesio, 11 into $8.50. $8.50 just out to $9. Zavit.
Lunyat Forever, followed by Sacred Choice, and then Danleigh. Further back was Once Were Wild and Illustrious Blue in that group as well, and My Lucky Days at the back also. The leader, Just Vision and Power, as they work to the 700 from Lawn Dancer in second spot. Thessio's had a wide run all of the way. Melito parked in behind the leaders, and then came Zavit, followed by Centennial Park. It's starting to move 4 wide. Desperado's outside it from Sacred Choice, and then Lunyat Forever. And further back was Danleigh as they run to the turn from Illustrious Blue. Once Were Wild and My Lucky Day. Into the straight, Lawn Dancer led. Melito's got the split one off the fence to go after it. Down the outside, Centennial Park and Thesio, Desperado and Danleigh's joining in, but Centennial Park hit the front. Here's Danleigh thundering down the outside. Danleigh raced up to Centennial Park, and Danleigh takes out the Chipping Norton and won it from Centennial Park. Photo for third. Sacred Choice or My Lucky Day flying along the fence. Then we've got Melito, followed by Desperado, Illustrious Blue Lawn.
Tallies. I've got to tally up Glenn's Group 1s. I think Ollie's on about 88.
Couldn't win at a mile at 7 years of age. He does for the first time in his career, and Danleigh goes past $2 million in prize money.
Here at Warwick Farm, I can tell you $3.20 for Secret Admirer, the Epsom and Flight Stakes winner, just ahead of $6.50, some pin, any pin, and $8.50 for Danleigh.
And there they go, they're off and racing. And Lights of Heaven missed the start. Lamasery easing back towards the tail. And Centennial Park from the inside stall jumped out well and put its head in front. Some Panini Pinnet going up and Gingadood in the middle. Be suited by the pace up front, and then Polish Night and Lights of Heaven back last of all. At the halfway mark, and some Panini Pin led and broke the field up. Led by a length and a quarter, Gingadood. Centennial Park next. Danleigh fourth on the outside. Secret Admirer's gone up inside Mauls Creek to share fifth. And then 2.5 to Lamasery. Polish Nights off the bit, and Lights of Heaven a long way back as they run to the 450, and some Panini Pin later from Gingadood. Danleigh's about to take into the outside, and then came further back Centennial Park and Secret Admirer coming across heels into the straight, and Danleigh's out after some Panini Pin. Danleigh moved up in the centre of the track to get to some Panini Pin, and then Secret Admirer followed by Centennial Park, but Danleigh broke away with 150 to go. Secret Admirer trying to wear it down, but this old warhorse is in front, Danleigh, and he's going to do it again. Danleigh beat Secret Admirer. Lamasery got third. Then some Panini Pin and Mauls Creek from Gingadood, and then Polish Night followed by Polish Night.
He's won 4 Group 1s. He's now won at Chelmsford as well. Dara, the man.
Wednesday, Carolina, Canterbury Park with Dean Pettit. He read me the prices that Glenn Munsey had sent through. I said $7.50. I said, they're kidding. It'll start $3.80. It started $8.50, but he's won. He's come back in such good order. Gun ride, good training effort, and all worked out.
Well, the two weight for age class milers stood out here. They had a couple of lengths on Lamasery, who was a great run.
Prices that Glenn Munsey had sent through, I said $7.50. I said, they're kidding. It'll start $3.80. It started $8.50, but he's won. He's come back in such good order. Gun ride, good training effort, and all worked out.
Well, the two weight for age class milers stood out here. They had a couple of lengths on Lamasery, who was a great run.